of Jeff Hurst, the Trevor Brooking and Billy Bonds, Paolo Di Canio, West Ham United. We celebrate our victories, we stick together in defeat. We're proud of our history, West Ham United, more than just a podcast, more than just a podcast.
Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning. This is more than just a podcast. It's season 13. It is episode 10, I think. And we're back. We're almost back.
Do you know or do you think?
No, I don't know. I could Google it and find out, but I think it's episode 10. I'll correct myself in a little bit if I'm wrong. We are the most listened West Ham podcast made by fans on Spotify, John. You do know that.
Yeah, when we do it.
Yeah, when we do it. Actually, it's episode 9. My bad. Episode 9, not 10. The last one was the 50s somethings takeover, me and you. A few people didn't like that.
Oh.
Some Nigel and fanboys. It was a Nigel and fanboys.
That's the new listeners, mate. The hardcore would have loved it.
We appealed to the 50-somethings, didn't we?
It's all the new listeners who, all the new generation.
Enough of them emailed me and say, please tell us you're coming back on, please.
It's a full season ticket podcast. All the presenters are season ticket holders. Len, where are you? What are you doing?
I'm testing out new paints, as you know.
Oh, yeah, more of that later. John, where are you? What are you doing?
I'm at home talking to yous.
Good. And last but not least, I've got him mute in a moment, and you'll understand why in a minute. He is not in Japan anymore. He has not got COVID anymore. But I can't say where he is. But Shedman, where are you? What are you doing?
All right, people. I'm in Somerset on the A303.
Somerset,
Better than nothing. You wanted him, you got him.
I thought you were in Devon.
Well, you got to unmute him if you ask him a question.
No,
Sean.
I have unmuted him. I think we've lost him. That didn't last very long. He's back again. Go on.
Oh,
this could be
this is going to go well.
So he is driving hands-free along the A303 past Stonehenge, and he wanted to join us. As you say, he is in Somerset, but it looks like we've lost him at the moment.
You can't say where he is.
We can't say where he is. Oh, there he is. He's back again. Hello, Shedman.
This
Where
may
are
not
you?
work well.
No. It's working shit. Anyway.
Shedman.
Shedman, 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 Shedman.
He's gone. Anyway, he might be back. John.
Hello.
So, how was it? Season ticket, your second home game. How was the game against...
Ask Nigel, quick, ask Nigel, quick.
Nigel's back. Nigel, you all right now? You got signal?
I'll tell you what, mate, it's shit out here, isn't it? It's 3G. How people live in Somerset and do anything, I do not know.
Well, I don't know.
If you heard
either. If you travel fast enough, maybe you'll get a proper signal.
Well...
Oh, he's gone.
Or not.
That's what I hope for.
Anyway, I want to meet you for the minute.
Yeah.
I'm going to come to you last.
Go on then.
John.
Yes.
How's the game? The Super Cup, the two champions in Europe playing each other. How was your second game in the London Stadium?
You know what I say. What do you want, Sean? What do you want me to say?
I want to say you didn't go.
I didn't go, no.
There's a theme that none of you went, except for me. But go on.
Did they not?
Explain why you didn't.
My mum moved the day before the game. My son, well, we agreed to have our 7 month old.
You don't have to go into real reason. You can just say I was babysitting Jessica, because everyone knows Jessica.
3 or 4 nights. No, it was Bonnie actually, the youngest one.
Oh, where was Jessica then?
she was with the other grandparents, so we had the youngest
you
one there.
split them. Nice.
And my youngest daughter, the Rosanna, who's got a new song out. Please
Oh,
go stream
brilliant.
Yeah.
It is. Listen to it today. Finally got round to it.
it. Yes. She had to go to Brighton at the weekend on Saturday afternoon as well. And I took her to Brighton. So yeah,
Do you
it
think
was
she
a
would let us
busy
put it on the
time.
end of this podcast? Is
Yeah, of course she will.
right? Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Put it on the
put
end
it
of this
on.
podcast. Cool. So
I didn't go. I watched the first half, and then I had to go to
you
Brighton.
had to change the mappies. No.
No, I had to go to Brighton.
Brighton. Why?
Yeah, taking Rosanna to uni,
Oh, of course you did. Say
and then yeah, I saw the second half.
Oh,
Well,
so
watched match of the day.
So according to you, we're still winning. We were still.
Well,
we were.
I came out of there quite optimistic. I
Yeah.
was like, the truth of it was, I just thought, what a fucking great goal. The goal was just a really
Was
good
good,
goal.
wasn't it? James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah.
5 goals or assists in 4 matches now.
It was like
what a signing! What a
pass,
signing!
the pass to Soufal, he sort of beat everyone, and then he was in the clear. His ball was one of the best balls I've seen him put in the box for a long time. And James Ward-Prowse's finish was superb, and it was just
the limbs, John. If you'd have been there, the limbs were everywhere, man.
Yeah, and it was just, and the fact that we got to half time, and it looked like we might have been. I mean, Areola was pulling off worldies and
10 saves. So someone pointed out he's got a new record for 10 saves in a game.
And he beat his record that he
9
got the week before
against
Brighton.
Brighton. Yeah, and you're thinking. Someone said to me, "That's not a good thing, Sean." I went, "Yeah, no, it's not, but it's still pretty special."
But yeah, so as much as I was like, we'd probably lose to City. It's just how do you want to lose against City? That's a decision, isn't it? How do you want to lose? Do you want to lose, the Moyes way or the sort of like Brentford-y Brighton way?
I was saying, we've survived 5 minutes, and I was saying to Mark, and George Murphy was there as well. Mark Murphy and George Murphy. We've survived 10 minutes, and Mark Murphy said, if we survive 20 minutes, we've won this. And then we got to 30 minutes, we're still there. We're going, do you know what? We could get to 0-0. And then we scored that goal. It went mental. It went absolutely mental.
So, yeah. So anyway, that's when I left it. I've been watching it live.
Done.
I saw the rest of it.
Joint top of the league, John, as well.
Well, there you go.
No,
you love
don't
all
work like that. I keep telling you.
All right, we were second then, but only on goal difference to Liverpool. We had, at that point, you mean you can't do that? You can't do a live
don't
table.
work like that.
But yeah, so obviously I watched the rest of it when I got back. I watched it on Match of the Day, but yeah, so I'll leave the rest of it up for you lot that were there.
Well, I just want to ask you one question. I know if you've watched the rest of it, obviously the game seemed to change when Alvarez came off with cramp. Apparently he's not injured, just a bit of fatigue after jet lag. I think
the game changed when they scored their goal straight after the break, and that Dioki or whatever his name was, he absolutely was ruining Soufal, wasn't he? Really, he was tearing him a new one quite regularly, and it just,
But all right, so it was 1-1, and it was unfortunate they scored directly after half time. But they went ahead after Edson Alvarez, not the other Alvarez, what came off. Anyway, let's move on to Lenny boy.
Hello.
How did you enjoy the London Stadium?
I did. I had another dizzy spell, so I went on.
You were on your way, weren't they? Because I was talking to you on your way, and I said, "Where we're going to meet? Are we going to meet in Hackney Wick?" And you blew me out. You stood me out.
Yeah, I did. I was in the mood for some beers and everything. I thought I'd recovered, and then I thought, so hang on a minute, I'm getting hot and sweaty again and dizzy. So I went on.
Or was it Nepal? Is it Nepal? What's this new virus going around in India?
I don't know. I've got a feeling it might be a virus, but I don't know.
It could be this new one.
Then again, I don't know what it is.
To
be honest, I'm not very good in the heat anyway, so it's always a bad start.
Well, it was a hot day, wasn't it? On Saturday, It was 27 degrees.
It was a hot couple of weeks, to be honest.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Nepal, I think it's called, the virus. Watch out for that. It's a new COVID.
I had a COVID test.
Oh, right. And?
No, negative.
No, okay.
I forgot all about COVID until Nigel mentioned it.
There's a lot of people with COVID at the moment.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, I didn't know it was still a thing. Did you watch the game though when you got back
Yeah, I
after
did,
your
yeah.
dizzy spell?
Yeah, in and out of it. I did have a little nap. So
You
I'm
had a
not.
nap
I
during the game.
was tired, Sean. I was dizzy.
Jesus. You do know we have a podcast, do you?
Yeah, I know, but I thought I could always look back at it, and then I thought, no, I
All right,
won't.
which bits did you watch? Did you watch
I
a
watched most of
Ward-Prowse's
it.
goal?
It's
Yeah.
just, yeah, there was a good goal. Yeah, I was happy with it. I mean, to be honest, look, we are sort of we predicted, well, in our WhatsApp group that we get have less than 20% possession, but I think we had a bit more than that at the end. I was
Well,
I
I'm
was
glad
very
you.
satisfied indeed.
Well,
be
thank
honest.
you for asking me that because that gives me an opportunity to tell you exactly if I had it ready. Here it is. What our match stats were. So we had 32% possession to their 68, Len.
Didn't look like that much, but
How many
okay.
shots do you think they had?
25.
29.
Ooh.
15 on target. 15!
Yeah,
How many shots do you think we had?
6.
6. How many
Did we?
were on target? Yeah, 6.
There you go.
3 on
Two.
I must have
target.
seen all of them.
They had 11 corners to our 4. I tell you, the one thing I did like is Haaland just missed. Apparently, the biggest amount of chances missed by anyone. 5 chances.
Well, that's what makes you think it might be our day. With the amount of
Yeah.
He
that
missed
first
them.
one he missed.
But you know
He's-
what? When he came off, he came past us, and I haven't published this video yet. And we're shouting to him, "You're just a shit Andy Carroll."
Yeah, that backfired, didn't it?
Well, he'd already scored his goal, and he'd come off, so it was
Still,
just a bit of bounce.
in the grand scheme of things, although we're not fans of Moyes ball, it's
something
more
nice
effective with better players that fit
Yeah.
the system, isn't it?
Say something nice about Moyes, then.
I just did kind of.
He's
Not
still
really.
a manager at this stage of his
Can't
career.
say. Yeah,
He's
I mean,
doing well.
Yeah.
you know, it's good. I think he's brought the right players for his system.
Oh, I mean,
Ward-Prowse definitely.
Alvarez
love that geezer.
is looking so valuable, and you just go, he could be as good, if not better, than Declan Rice.
Yeah, sure. Caduce will show something on Thursday. Not
You
that I'm
know,
jumping the gun.
We haven't even got Mavropanos, Dinos.
Well, does it? When's he get his chance to step in?
Well, when will he get a chance? He was on
Well,
the
because
bench.
a Gerd was like, that is a attempted header, and I mean, is he under threat from?
Well, I would imagine. Are you going Thursday, by the way, John? You coming to the game on
No,
Thursday?
I'm not.
You coming, Len?
Well, I don't usually do
I know you don't
European games, but I ain't seen you for a while, Sean.
Yeah.
That's a blessing,
But,
mate.
yeah. But not that.
How about you?
Won't make me come.
I will come to Nigel in a minute. Yeah. So overall, what did you think of the game, Len? Don't want to put words.
Like I said, I was satisfied with it.
We gave it a go, didn't we?
I don't know what giving it a go means, but
Do you not?
Well, we didn't want the fucking ball, but it didn't work out too bad.
Yeah.
But
well, we're getting them on the counter,
it's
right?
it's more effective with the better players. I wasn't too dissatisfied. It's our first defeat since we won a cup, and we just happened to lose against the team that got 3 cups, 3-1, which is the same amount of cups we won.
Yeah.
So let's not go, let's not get too upset about it. I thought we showed a little bit of progress. You can see things were working a bit better. For it to work, it had to be completely immaculate, and it was. Some players seemed to be. Some players had a hard time because they were up against difficult players.
Oh yeah,
but I was, I was satisfied. It was all right.
Zuma, I mean, my captain. What? He's just immense, just immense.
He already had a ball saved, didn't he? A header saved.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he's just an immense captain. Declan Rice, who? I think he's really taken to the captainship.
He always looks injured to me.
I know
Yes,
that,
I
but I
said,
think that's the way he just runs, though, John. I thought he meant, and the Man City fans were going, "Oh, I see they still boo Zuma." No, we go Zoom, Zoom, and they don't get it. We're not booing it. He doesn't get booed. The cat things in the past. We're going to can't. Right. This is Podcast Central to Somerset. Come in, Somerset.
I tell you, you've been chatting for so long. I'm in fucking Devon now.
Yeah, well, do you know
There
what?
you
You've got
go.
a signal now. Are you going back to
Fucking
Devon?
hell.
Are you going back to Devon?
Yeah, I mean, what do you mean back to Devon?
I thought you were already in Plymouth. You're actually coming from London.
Yeah, that's
You're
right.
going from Japan to Plymouth, yeah?
Well, I have been in Japan, yes.
Yeah. Were you big in Japan?
Well, even you would be big in. Then again, Sean, by that photograph, a few of the photographs I've seen you recently, you're big
Oh, yeah,
everywhere.
I
you
know.
go.
You'd only barely see his head.
I'm
as
Yeah,
he's
I know. He is massive. Yes.
I have had a good summer. That's true.
Do you reckon?
just the one summer.
Yeah.
You've
Well,
ate
it's
your way around
combination-
Europe by the looks of it.
I-
I think it's a culmination of a few, mate.
Anyway, did you get to watch the game in? Oh, you've had your chance, John.
I don't know about Slimmer of the Year. You look like you've had dinner of the year.
All right, calm down. Did you get to
I've
watch
got a lot
the
to make
game?
up. I've not been about for a few weeks.
Did you watch the game?
Well, do you know what? I'm listening to what's been going on, because obviously I couldn't butt in because you muted me.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I've realised I've watched more of the game than any of you.
Well, not me. I haven't got to me yet because I was actually there.
Well, yeah, I did, Sean, because you tweeted.
Oh, we've lost him. What a
He's
shame.
gone. What did he tweet?
He was. I know.
About 10 or 12 times during the game.
No, it didn't.
So
Actually.
then uploaded them and tweeted them out.
No, no, no,
You had
no.
to look down at your phone
No.
all that time while I was watching the telly and watched the whole game. I didn't miss anything.
No, actually, Nigel, what I did was
Yes.
I recorded all these bits and tweets before the game. There was no signal, and they
No, I checked during the game.
Go on.
I checked during the game how much you tweeted.
All right, what
You
you
tweet a lot.
tweet him, please.
You do it that often, you don't realise. Well, I fucking, you know.
Anyway,
if
what
you wanna put it like that.
what's your point? What do you want to talk about the game?
What a good game.
Why didn't you go?
It could have been,
Why didn't you go?
well, I had COVID, Sean. And I
Well,
do
is it a
think
thing?
of other people.
There's no, you know.
Well, the COVID test said I was positive.
Yeah, I know.
So, I think it is a thing.
And you thought you brought it back from Japan with you, didn't you?
No, what we think now is we caught it before we went to Japan.
Oh,
Oh.
It came on in Japan.
Oh.
Oh,
My son was ill while we were out there. The wife
Oh.
wasn't feeling too good coming home. The thing is, Japan's a fantastic place to visit. It's the best
Yeah.
country I've ever been. Tokyo's the best city I've been to. Trying and do all that.
When you're feeling poorly.
yeah, we're filling his words.
Try
yeah.
to do all that. That's all we last heard,
in a week.
Nigel.
Yeah, in a
Right.
week. Try and do all that in a week, like with travelling, because it was. You're supposed to fly over Russia, but you can't fly over Russia now, so you have to go around it. On the way home, we left Japan and flew up past Alaska, around the North Pole, back down Sweden into Munich, and then I had a 2-hour layover in Munich.
See any
for flying
reindeer
back.
or Father Christmas at all?
No.
Little
So-
Birdie tells me you were eating Japanese food.
not Little Birdie, it was my missus.
Yeah, Mrs.
So I did try Japanese food, yes.
Are you suggesting your missus not a little birdie?
Well, she's not a bird.
Don't commit
she's
yourself.
my missus.
Don't
Don't go there. Don't go
Don't-
there.
I know where he's trying to go, and he ain't going
Yeah.
down there with me.
So does this mean you ate sushi?
No, it means I ate Japanese chicken
Well, that's
and noodles.
quite adventurous for you.
Well, it was, yeah.
Anyway, where did you watch the game? At home in your shed?
No, not in the shed in the living room. I weren't feeling too well, so I thought I'd lay on the sofa and watch it.
Go on then. Give us
My pearls of wisdom.
the pearls of wisdom.
At the end of the day, the result. I don't think the result flattered Man City, and I don't think it flattered us in a way. It could have been 7-1. It could have been 2-1 to us or 2-2. Areola pulled off some outstanding saves. They fluffed their lines. New players bedding in well. I think the future, if you can play like that against Man City, then we'll win more games than we lose. And when we got the ball, we do look to have an attacking threat. It's not just about holding it up, killing the game. You know, we actually did try and attack Man City. So back in the day, I don't think we'd have had 6 shots against Man City. We'd have probably had 2 or 3. And this is the best team for me that's ever graced English football. I mean, they've paid a lot of money to do it.
Well,
They were missing a few though.
but
but they're still, squad-wise or whatever, this is the greatest team to ever play English football.
Yeah, no, they are
I'm,
good.
I'm not going to disagree with you. All I say is whether Haaland had an off day or we caused Haaland to have an off day, he was not his usual monster, and he was getting more and more frustrated, banging the ground as he missed chance after chance. Apparently, no strikers missed more chances than in that game, and he missed 5.
Yeah, but the quality of Man City and the quality of Haaland, you can't switch off.
Yeah, I know.
You have to go for the, I'd just say full 90 minutes,
And
but nowadays, looking at some of the games, you have to go for the full 100 minutes.
Yeah. Well, look, we defended. Let's not do West Ham out of a good game. We defended really well, and we're
thought
solid.
The performance.
We're
That's what I'm saying,
solid.
that if we play like that against most, I mean, if we play like that against Man United, against Arsenal, we'll give them a game, a proper game. I don't fear Man United at the moment. I mean, realistically,
It's Liverpool in it next.
Liverpool, yeah, that's a tough ask away, but there's a bit of me that thinks, cool, I wish I was going up there, because we could nick a win. Liverpool ain't firing on all cylinders. You know, they've conceded goals in every game I think they've played. So, you know, it's good that we can look forward to games rather than dread them.
How did the atmosphere come over on the TV?
It came over really well.
Did it really?
It was a good game. Do you know what?
I thought it. For the London Stadium, you could hear things.
We really get on. I don't know. We've got this little banter with City fans, and it was good. And look, it gives me to play this clip, which has gone absolutely viral. You talked to me about tweeting. This is one of the ones I tweeted after the game.
Yeah, I don't know why you bother.
Is it ironic because we were singing it to the champions?
It's ironic, yeah. But then, can you hear them? Now they're singing it back to us, and it was serenading backwards and forwards.
All right.
Now, this clip's gone viral. It's had
No,
2 million.
I would like that more if we said champions in Europe.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
That's
know.
what it should
Let's
be.
go and
It's
spoil
funny,
it.
and look, that's had 2 million views. People get
Sean,
it's
we're not
ironic with being
bothered.
funny.
You've said it 4 times now.
Okay.
2 million views. We don't care.
And the Daily Mail have just asked, can they use it as well? But it's funny. It's funny.
That's another 5p from Elon. Then.
Yeah. So that you're not wrong there. that will give me all of £1. It won't. So those
well done.
2 million views will give £1. But no, it was a good look. We had a good sing song, and it was a good day out.
Football friends.
Talking of football friends, you've led me in there.
Talking of football friends, Sean.
Hello to one of our 8 listeners, Chesney Hawks, who happened to be 2 rows behind us. For those of you who listened from the beginning, we did interview Chesney Hawks on this podcast some years ago.
There's too many new fans now, Sean.
I know, but we will have to find the episode. Anyway, I went up. He was 2 rows behind us with his wife and his son. And I said, "Hello, Chesa." And I introduced myself and said,
I bet you said that as well.
I
You're
did.
such a bellend, you just like.
I say, you're what fucking knob you.
Yeah, he's just exactly. I can see it now.
And I said, have you got season tickets here? And he said, well, that'd be a bit hard because I live in LA, Sean.
And he called you Sean.
I introduced myself from the
How
podcast.
did you introduce yourself? I'm
I
curious
said,
now.
yeah, from more than just the podcast. And he said, yeah, I know.
Fucking knobbing.
Of course I did. Anyway.
Can I just point out to the listeners that in the WhatsApp group, you never put any of that. You said he came and said hello to you.
Oh, no. So he came down afterwards. So we had a chat, and I introduced. And then about 2 minutes later, he came, and we exchanged numbers, and then we had another chat. And I took a picture or my son took a picture of both of us and said, "Who the bloody hell was that?" And I said to Chesa, he said he ain't got no idea who you are. But he's on tour at the moment.
That's it, how to make friends and influence people.
Well, he doesn't know, and he said too right. He said, "Why would he?"
Let's hope you ain't playing Butlins Minehead because they've had to shut for 4 days because of flooding.
Oh well, he was playing. He's playing Skegness.
Oh,
Then he was playing.
right.
Sounds like.
Oh no, he was
kind of
playing
tour.
Butlins Minehead because he
Oh,
played
no.
Skegness.
Oh
Then
dear.
Then he's playing.
He might be there Thursday night then.
He could be, yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, he could phone his set list in, couldn't he? This is the one and only. That's it. Done.
Brilliant.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
unfair. That's unfair. He's one of our listeners.
one song you didn't get right. That's fucking. That's
look.
quite an accomplishment that night.
So he's at Minehead Butlins. Here are. He's up. Just so you know, Minehead tickets still available. Minehead Butlins on Friday the 22nd. This Friday. Will
Well,
that
he
go
might just make it because it literally, I'm not being joking, they had flooding yesterday at Minehead. They've shut. They've had to shut the
Then
site.
on Saturday the 23rd of September, he's at the M&S Bank Arena, followed by the Pop World Liverpool on the same night. And then on Friday the 13th...
Hold up, ain't West Ham playing Liverpool Saturday?
They are, and he wants some tickets for that. So anyone who's got 6 tickets does want 6 tickets.
6?
6.
Yeah. For him and his family and friends.
Fuck.
Anyway,
And then he's
Let's
back on
move on.
tour on
Yeah.
P&O Britannia Cruises doing...
let's move
Sean,
on.
it's not a
So-
one-hit wonder podcast.
Sean-
No, give him a break.
Sean, he could play the cross-channel ferry and it would still last 50 minutes longer than his song.
Oh, that's Chesa, I love you. They're being unfair. They're being unfair. He's a proper West Ham fan. Anyway,
Where's he from?
originally he's from Windsor.
There you go, that proper.
Yeah. He did
That
tell
old
me.
man.
I said,
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
oh, here we go, yeah. You're going to say you can't be proper unless you come from the town, yeah? We're going through all that again, are we?
Yeah, fucking upset the Brisbane Hammers the other day. I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh, well, that's... You upset most people.
Yeah,
Anyway,
fuck
a little bit of... So, as I said, Alvarez not injured.
Nigel.
Just a little bit
Yeah,
of fatigue.
fuck them.
Here's a bit of breaking news, which I don't think some of you have heard because it's only come out in the last hour. Mikel Antonio has signed a new contract,
Oh God.
and he signed a contract. I'm just going to mute.
I've gone deaf all of a sudden. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm just muting Nigel for a while. He signed a new contract at the end of the transfer season, and he's done another year.
Transfer season.
Well, transfer window, sorry. So he signed it
Okay.
on the 1st of September, so 18 days ago. He's signed another year on top of his year and a year option, which potentially could take him to 36. Good thing or bad thing, John? It's got mixed reviews on Twitter.
Yeah, look, if people are willing to pay a decent amount of money for Antonio, I would be happy to sell him. But he signed a contract, he's staying with us, and I'm happy to have him. So
Good.
let's
Len?
leave it at that.
Yeah, I'm happy to keep him. Well, things considered that we can't get a striker to sort of work, really. I think I'd be quite concerned if he got injured.
Yeah.
In Moyes' ball formation.
Yeah, as long
can't
as we've
see
got the
anyone else can do
Moisaurus
it.
in charge.
Can he carry on for another 3 years?
Moyes or Antonio?
Antonio.
Well, I mean, they are quite tethered. If Moyes is going to carry on for 1 year,
Well,
maybe plus
it looks
another
like
year.
Moyes is going now. If you look at his interview with Richard Keys, where he talks, you know, he's got
He's
such
always believed that. He's always believed
self-belief.
he's, yeah.
And I never knew until watching that Richard Keys video that he was hours away from joining Everton, and Everton had given him the paperwork, and David Sullivan
rang up
in the middle, but that's not where he left. He left because Ancelotti got his job, and they dumped him and said,
yeah, they just blanked him.
They blanked him and took Ancelotti, and so he took up Anyway, I'll go back to Shedman. Shedman, Antonio, good that he signed a new contract.
You have to unmute him, mate.
I have unmuted him.
You there,
He's
Nigel?
obviously on it in another dead spot though. He says connected, but he's lost it. So we never know what he thinks of Antonio.
There's not many players that can play the role he plays, and has to play it in the system that Moyes wants to play. And that's
But
the truth
goals
of it.
can go from anywhere. And look, I obviously we saw Kudos came on at 65. I mean, he didn't seem to do a lot because I don't think he had a lot to do against City. But it was good to see Kudos come on. It was, Ben Rama came on and ran around a bit as well. So goals can come from a number of places, John. And
I'll
we're
be
still waiting
interested.
for Lingard to come, of course. So we know that.
I'll be interested to see what happens when we're not playing the Liverpool. What we've got. Is it Sheffield United after that?
Sheffield United at home. You coming to that one? You're not coming to a game anymore?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Good. Did Louis enjoy your ticket on Saturday?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, he didn't even say thank you to his uncle. Harsh. Anyway, Shedman, road noise back again.
Yep.
What did you
What do
think
you think
about
of Antonio?
Well, I think there's a lot of disrespect going around for a bloke who scored a lot of goals in the Premier League with us. I don't know why a lot of the fan base has turned on him. I don't know if it's because of his attitude-wise, and I don't think his podcast helps. To be fair.
No, it doesn't. You're right.
And I think that might stem to it because I've always loved Antonio and I've always thought we were better with him on the pitch than off of it. The mad thing is that still seems to be the case. He was disappointed visibly to be taken off, and it just after he'd had that one-on-one.
We've lost him again. We'll never know.
The Slavado, he sort of paid it too far.
Yeah, we're losing you. We're losing you. You're
just leave him on and see what he can do. You don't know, he might pop up with a goal.
Yeah, we got some of those words.
But I'm glad he signed it for. Oh, good.
Yeah, we got some of those words. You're glad he signed for. Yeah, we're going to pause it.
Working well.
Obviously, interesting. Souček signed a 4-year deal. Still hasn't been announced. Antonio signs a
4-year deal.
Yeah,
4 years.
Souček signed a 4-year deal some weeks ago. Still hasn't been announced. Antonio signs a 2-year extension or 1+1. Still hasn't been announced. So we asked a senior source, and he said, "We do our deals in private." Well, obviously, not like
fucking does though, doesn't he? Jesus fucking Christ.
we do our business in private.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Why
there's rumours, and I haven't asked this yet, but Soufal is looking to get a new deal, and you're thinking. And first I thought, do you know what? It's not worth asking. He's 33 years old, but now Antonio's got a deal. I'm thinking maybe Soufal will get a deal. Who knows?
Well, Soufal should fucking know if he's got the deal.
Well, I haven't asked Soufal. I was saying I just haven't asked the senior source.
But I just like when we line up against Sheffield United, you've got to think that there's no place in that team for Souček. You've got to have more of a attacking license in that team when you're up against Sheffield United. Surely that midfield can't be the same midfield that starts against Man City and Liverpool.
Do you want a little wager on it, or?
Well, that's what I mean. But I mean, that's where you're going to start going. Oh, for God's sake! Then yeah.
Don't get excited, John. That's what I'm saying. Expect nothing, you won't be disappointed, all right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't think we're doing question time this week because we've got Shedman on the road. He's the question master, and so that ain't going to work. And Len, when he tries to do it,
I'm fucking useless. But I'll give it a good go.
And John and myself can't be asked. as we said last week. So honestly, next week we will bring question time back, which hopefully
Is Nigel back in town then?
I
Possibly
think
next week.
he is. Let's ask him. Are you back in town next Monday? Nope. Every time there's a road noise there, and every time we ask, he loses again. Are you back in town on
I'm
Monday?
in Plymouth.
Oh, here we go.
The
I don't
English
know. I could be in
Riviera.
Plymouth. No, I think that's Torquay, the English Riviera.
Oh, that's right, yeah. It's in Devon, though, isn't it?
I'm just going past Exeter
Stonehenge.
Chiefs Rugby Club.
Oh, nice.
No,
I thought Exeter had loads of floods.
I don't know. Have they?
Yeah, yesterday Exeter airport was shut, and
How was it?
our friend Dodsey had sent a picture of some supermarket underwater.
I thought it was a petrol station.
Oh,
It was a supermarket.
Oh.
did he? I must have missed that.
Yeah,
A38 West closed after salt ash. I don't know if that's
flooding. Anyway,
Sean, are we going to talk about the game on Thursday?
yeah, well, we are going to talk about the game on Thursday. Thank you for that link. I'm just going to mute him because we don't want the road noise all the time. We've got obviously our first Europa League group game against TSC. I can't even remember what TSC stands for. Are these the Serbian people?
No idea. I don't even know we're playing, mate.
Bakatopola.
Bakatopola.
That's right, Topola.
Bakatopola.
And they're
Topola.
they're Serbian, aren't they?
Yeah, I believe so. That's
And they've never been in a European competition before.
there you go.
So yeah,
Quite confident.
we should be pretty confident. You know, I mean, this is the time to give kudos and maybe Mavropanos a little bit of a run out, I guess. I assume now, Shedman, are you going to the European game? You coming back for that?
What, from Plymouth?
Yeah.
When I'm working nights?
Well, if Chesney Hawkes can come from the LA and you can't come from
From the
Chesney
LA.
Hawkes weren't working Saturday afternoon, was he? I'm working nights. When I drive to Plymouth tonight, I ain't going to bed. I'm going into work. I'm working tonight.
Couldn't you get Dodsey to pick you up and take you and bring you back?
Pick me up. What part of I'm working nights do you not understand?
Yeah, but what time does it start? When do your nights start? What time?
5 o'clock.
In
In the evening,
in
Sean.
the evening or the
It's called working nights.
Night.
Oh, right,
do you
okay.
not know what this concept is?
No,
It
I
means
don't, no.
I start work at 5 o'clock at night and finish at 4 o'clock in the morning, like the next day.
I hate to tell you this, but you're late, mate, because it's 8:15 when we're recording this, so you're about 3 hours late tonight.
Yes, but I was at a funeral today, so actually, I've been a proper company man that said, don't worry after the funeral, I will drive down and get there when I get there.
Oh, now I just feel bad for saying that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's only a
My
matter
old
of
football
time.
manager, who was a big West Ham fan.
Oh, that's a shame.
I remember when you used to work nights, Sean. You turned translucent, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I
You
used
just
to work.
looked like you never saw the light of day at all.
Yeah, I was a bit like a goth. Yeah. Well. Anyway, John, obviously you're not coming to this one, but maybe you can come now. Your season ticket holder, you can come to one of the other European games that are a little bit maybe better
Yeah, I just got
opposition.
Our ticket is selling, Shawnee Warney, for Thursday night.
No, not really. I mean,
No?
it'll be about half full as it stands, but
Have they made any concession on the ticket prices?
not really. Well, funny you should bring that up actually, because there was a bit of a hoo-ha-ha. Someone who's close to the
Hoo-ha-ha.
podcast said to me, "Did you know Newcastle United is a Category A game?"
Yeah.
And I said, "No, I didn't." So there's no concession. So for 1966, bands 1, bands 2, and I think band 3, I might be wrong on that. There's no concessions. You can't buy. It's one price. It's like 80 quid for a ticket for Newcastle. And said, well, how come this is? Where did suddenly Newcastle become a Category A? But I didn't realise last season, the big clubs, so to speak,
With double A.
are double A.
Yeah.
And they've got no concessions. So both Chelsea and Man City so far, and it will be the same for Liverpool, Chelsea. No, why would they be double A? Because they're not any big anymore. No concessions for bands 1 to 3, and like 90 to 100 quid a ticket.
Yeah. I mean, this double A business is like typical West Ham, like Spinal Tap, in it. Turn your ramps to 11. Why don't you make 10 the top number? You know, why don't they make that A and just make the Newcastle B, and then put some, make a D or an E to a game that no one wants to go to.
Yeah.
But double A just sounds so much better. A better way to steal your fucking money.
Yeah, I know, but not your money because you never.
No, not mine. I don't. I don't encourage them.
But
on European night.
and I hate to say this, right? The money doesn't go to the board; it does just go back to the club, right?
So what?
So everything we earn, we charge for the club, goes back to the club to buy players like we've just bought and pay.
What are you trying to say? If I keep turning up and paying over
I'm
the board,
saying the money.
you get better players.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm saying the money.
You
Has
did
to come
well
from
to not talk. Say something that gets on me nerves. I think we must have gone about half hour.
Yeah, I know. No, we've got about 45 minutes actually.
Oh, really? You've done very well.
Yeah, but it's true.
Well,
But the money doesn't. All right, you can.
I'm pretty
waste
sure that's
money.
a Premier League money, but there you go.
You can say we waste money, but the money that comes in from tickets, the money that comes in from selling merchandise, goes back to the club. There's no dividend. No one's taking profit out of the club, so therefore.
Why are you going on? By the way, I've had messages here about you saying the other week
Well, go on.
about the possible takeover and saying it would be a better idea for people to take over Spurs than West Ham.
Yeah.
So what was the point of moving then? If we're not as attractive as a team 2.5 miles down the road, then why did we move?
No, what I'm saying is, and this was taken. My views were taken out of context.
Oh, that'd be right.
What I said was, if we're talking about the rich Qataris,
Right,
or that we're going to buy Man United, you don't go from Man United to bargain basement. West Ham.
But there's only 20 teams in the league, Sean.
I know that, but that's why
that's a fucking good idea. That does bring the odds down a little bit.
I understand that, but I'm saying if you look at the two teams, if you can't get Man United, Spurs you don't buy Chelsea because they've just been sold, right? You're probably difficult to get Arsenal, so you want a London club, you go to Spurs. You've got, and I did explain this on the podcast. You've got an owner that's in a bit of trouble and moved all his shares over to a trust because he looks like
how's our owner getting on with his little police station visits?
Nothing. Let's not talk about that.
No, let's stop.
But what I'm saying is, Spurs makes a better proposition for the Qataris. I'm not saying no one will ever buy West Ham. Qataris, yeah. Anyway, I don't know how we got on this. We were talking about European football, and then we got on to
because you wanted to make it all. You wanted to do a bit of arse licking, basically. You wanted to say, if I turn up at the football game, or the more people turn up, the more money they hand over, the better we are. Yeah, even though you've just said, Tottenham are a better proposition.
No. To buy for the Qataris for sports washing. What I'm saying is, if we earn more money, look, and I'm going to bring in Shedman to back me up here. You can't have affordable football on one hand and success on the other.
We've got 66,000 tickets, man. You want to put the arses on the seats and sell some beer?
None of our competitors are selling tickets as cheap as we are. Help me out here, Nigel. You're back on. You do get that some prices of tickets have to go up if you want to be more successful.
Yeah.
Or you have more tickets.
Well, no, you hold up though. But Arsenal's cheapest season ticket is the same price as our dearest.
Yeah.
And no,
that can't be right.
It is true.
No, that is right.
It is true.
Well, what about the 66 seats?
Yeah, but these clubs like Arsenal
No, yeah,
have
so
done
Club
that because they're
66
paying
seats.
for their stadiums. They're
Yeah.
covering the cost of their stadiums. We haven't had to do that.
Thank you, John.
No, we
Right back
haven't,
to
but-
where we started, Sean.
But you could say Tottenham Stadium is actually being paid for by the income they get from the hot dogs and the beer and the cheese and everything else.
And their season tickets are expensive.
Yeah, they
So
are.
so they'll get their money back for their stadium.
But they'll
while
still
we'll
have
to
their
keep paying
stadium.
for ours.
Yeah, we're still.
But Man City don't have a stadium. It's a rubbish argument. I don't know why we're back at this argument. Man City don't own.
Because you won't let it go.
I don't know
No,
why.
but
I
our
don't know
problem,
what.
Sean, is we don't get the income from our stadium.
Yeah, I
Man
know
City
that.
get the income from their stadium.
And I think
because
that
they've
will
got a
change
control
one day.
deal.
Yeah, and I
But
think
it's
we
not.
get
It's not an
You've
argument,
been
is
saying
it?
that for you like X. You like getting a transfer right. 6 months ago, I told you about him. Yeah, 6 months ago, you told us about 50 players. You got one right. Well done. Give it the eyes. That's you with your stadium sell. Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you it happened. Yeah, Sean, you've been saying it for 10 fucking years before we moved.
do,
It ain't happening though, is it?
But look, our problem is there's politics involved.
And you thought I was backing you up.
No, there's politics involved, and we would look. It makes sense for us to get control of the stadium, and everyone knows it. But certain person's up for re-election, and it's not going to be if ULEZ didn't win him the election, then selling the stadium off on the cheap, it certainly ain't going to help. So it ain't going to happen this side of an election.
Who said on the cheap?
Well, we're not going to buy it on the expensive because it's a white elephant.
Well, do we want it or not? You talk about you just made the case for Tottenham, and you say, "Oh no, we do." You know, we don't want to buy an expensive stadium. They did, and you've just said they're a better.
We got a sweet. I've just muted Nigel for a minute. We got a sweet deal with the rent, right? We pay 4 million rent. We save a lot of money, and that's money we can spend on wages and transfers.
Take into account the amount of extra money that Tottenham Hotspur will earn from their season tickets per year.
Yeah.
How much is that? 5 mil? 4 mil?
No, much more than that, John.
What, per year?
Yeah,
on their
of course
season
it is.
ticket sales?
Yeah, of course it is.
How much?
So our ticket sale revenue.
If it's 20 mil, that ain't
much
game
more than
changing.
No, it's not.
It's not game changing. The amount of money you get from the Premier League, the amount of money you get for going deep into competitions, all of these things, £20 million across the season ain't game changing.
No, I don't think. I think it's much more than that. I haven't got the figures in front of me.
You just have to look at German football. They do what they do, and they don't charge the fans. They don't rely on the income from the fans.
Here we go, John. Right. So 2022 ticket sales, right, for Tottenham, 106 million.
Right.
We're 30 something. 30.
Yeah, but we ain't paid for the stadium.
But hang on. No, it's got nothing to do. This is just ticket sales. Nothing to do with stadium.
Yeah, but how much of that money, of their ticket sales money, are they having to pay off their
margin?
Forget about that.
Loans of
as
money.
he said, you could just pay. So
they're paying off their
money,
debt for their stadium.
Money, the ticket, right, is about 60 to 70 million. That does make a difference, John. I'm sorry, it's not 20 million.
It does make a difference if they're
in the stadium.
If it does make a difference if they're putting that money into their football team every season, but they're not. They're paying off their £1 billion debt they got on that stadium.
Yeah, they are, but they got a really good deal of how they borrowed the money.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter for how long as well. It's going to take them 20 years to pay it off or something.
You know, their commercial revenue was only 31 million, right?
They're not going to be financially better off than us every season for the next until they've paid that stadium off. Then they'll be big, and then they'll have that extra 60, 70 million over us. But right now, the way we are, with our cap in hand deal without the taxpayer,
which is financially good for us. Nigel, you got something to say on this?
Yeah, stop fucking muting me. The stadium will be what it'll be, isn't it? Income-wise, though, Tottenham and Arsenal will continue to outstrip us because of the model that they've took against the model we took. We did it.
No, we lost.
We did do it. It's right. We did it.
We did it on the cheap.
We did exactly.
And that's exactly what we did. We did it on the cheap. we looked for the easy answer rather than the correct answer.
Yeah.
And long term, we will not reap any benefits for it.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Because Arsenal will be closer to it than Tottenham are, but in the near future, Arsenal would have paid down all their debt. That extra 60, 70 million pound a season will be pure income into the club, as will Tottenham in a few years' time. Yet we'll still be on.
I mean, if you
30
want to pay
million.
the wages, if you want to pay the wages of the players of the likes that Arsenal's, Man United's, Tottenham's, and all them teams have got, you ain't going to do it while the likes of me are paying £350 per season ticket and £42 to watch 3 games in Europe.
Yeah, exactly. But then they can't start upping the cost of that when we sit in a athletic stadium.
And that's the other point. Why are tickets so bloody cheap? Because they know we wouldn't turn up and watch the shit that they normally serve up there in the crap seats that they give us, because they did the stadium on the cheap.
I'm really glad we brought this up.
I absolutely 100% agree with Nigel.
You shouldn't. You say we shouldn't have brought it up. You try and all the time. You try and stick up for the club. There's just no need.
I don't try and stick up for the club. I try and look at it
The
from
fucking hell.
look at it from a financial point of view, Len.
All right, we'll move on to Thursday night.
But that's
Anyway,
why
All
you
I'm saying is,
bringing it
I
up.
said to you, Sean,
Yeah.
is there any concession in tickets? I'll tell you why I asked that, because no fucker wants to go. Because they don't want to watch, there's lots of football coming thick and fast, and you're playing the team that's no one's heard of.
Yeah. I do get
That's
that.
what I'm saying, that's
they
all I'm
should
asking.
have. They should have made Thursday a lot cheaper, but yeah.
I mean, well, you say. I mean, I bought my 3 games for 42.
Oh, you
quid.
did? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they did that again, did they? 3 games for
Yeah.
£42.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Well, that's what I didn't, and it was like, well, there's a good possibility that I'd missed the first game, which is bailed out because I thought I would be back in Plymouth. But the way I looked at it was, well, if I go see 2 games for 42 quid, ain't that bad.
No.
That's
Who's going in
cheaper
your
than I used to
seats then
pay.
on Thursday?
I've offered them to a friend to take his little boy.
Oh, nice.
So he's going to let me know tomorrow if he can make it. So
Oh, nice.
Charlie was going to go, but he's working. So he's going to struggle to make it.
Anyway,
And frankly, such a shit team, isn't it? Who's heard of them?
No.
Who are they?
Serbian.
I'll tell you what,
Whatever.
though.
Serbian farmers.
Let's see
Oh,
how the
let's
away
see
fans
that.
get on out there.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That won't be no walk in the park. Dods.
Well, I tell you what, the home stuff against Olympiacos is going to be a bit naughty as well, from what I hear.
Yeah. The old bubble and squeaks will be more than bubble and squeaking that night.
Yeah. Anyway, look, we've struggled a little bit with Nigel, so we're not doing a
Only because you
question
keep
time.
muting me.
Well, because the
If we
listeners
don't
don't
mute
want to
you, it's
listen
like-
listening to the road. It's like being on the motorway.
Well, I am on a motorway.
Yeah, I know, but they don't want to be on a motorway, you know.
It's the
It's actually worked quite well, Nigel. considering.
Yeah, considering you're travelling at 90 miles an hour down the
No, not
A3.
quite. 74. Well, hold up, I'm slowing down.
Ooh. Let's do predictions for both games before we call it. We're just coming up to the hour mark. Let's start with you, Shedman. TSC followed by Liverpool away at Anfield.
TSC will be a 3-0 win. And I'll tell you what, I'll go brave. I'll go for a 1-1 draw away at Anfield.
Oof. Right, I'm muting you. John.
TSC, I'll say we'll probably let a goal in, so I'll say 3-1 to us.
Yeah.
And Liverpool, let's go 3-1 as well to them.
Len?
I'm going a 4-0 win on Thursday. But I think it will be a what's the word I'm looking for? I think we're going to lose 1-0 to Liverpool. It's just going to be something we've seen us do again and again. I think we might go behind and start attacking, but just not getting that goal. Might be wrong.
I'm going to go for 5-0 against TSC with a Kudos hat-trick and a Mavropanos brace. And then a 1-0 win away from Anfield to just get us back in. We're top 6.
Why? Where
Get
are
us
we
back in.
playing?
At Anfield.
Oh, okay. We said away from Anfield.
Oh, sorry. Away at Anfield, I meant.
Okay.
I think we're done. Let's bring the motorway boy back in it. Anything to say before we say goodbyes? Any promotions we're trying to do?
I don't know. Is there?
I don't know. Well, we're going to do the promotion for Rosanna. What's the name of the song, John? And do your father bit. West Ham fan Rosanna.
Okay, well, this is Rosanna's third release of her own written and produced and whatever material. It was released last Friday, I think it was, and it's called Oh Me, and it's available on all sort of Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, all the usual places. Just
and you can listen to it in full after this theme tune.
Just search Rosanna Bucci, Gucci with a B.
There you go. Len, are you selling anything? Did you go to Paolo's Di Canio's?
No, I didn't. I wasn't well enough. No, I'm not selling anything at the minute. Well, there's always plenty of stuff on the website, canningtownlen.com. There's a new Ward Prowse canvas.
Oh,
you might want to look at.
Nice. I'll have a look at that.
Yeah, check it out.
Is it? Oh, Sean, any update on the supporters club?
Well, funny you should say that, because I got a call from someone today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and yeah.
Are they still refusing to fade and die?
I'm not going to say so publicly, but just watch this space, yeah? Just watch this space.
All right, then.
I've been
so have they done a deal with someone else then?
You have to watch this space. I'm not at liberty to say.
So they've told you, but not the membership?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Oh, so they've told you, but not the membership?
I'm not at liberty to say.
No, I know. But just out of curiosity, because I know sometimes that committee members listen, and I know sometimes that if they don't listen, then grasses tell them.
I am not
fucking selves out.
I have not spoken directly to any. I just want to make it clear. I have not spoken directly to any committee members.
Oh, so you spoke to the other person they've done a deal with then?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Even though they've done a deal without talking to the membership.
I'm not at liberty to say.
Refusing to fade and die. Fucking shambles.
To say.
And you ready, Shane? I hope you'll fucking resign.
All right, what a great way to finish a podcast.
Sean, are you pleased me and Nigel are back?
Yeah, it's great. John, John has been...
I've just been like... I feel like I've done a journey with Nigel, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. I'm
it's good.
pull over in a minute.
It's good to have you
15
back.
15 minutes, I'll be in Plymouth.
Oh, great. I can't wait. And Leonard's been...
Dizzy, at times.
Right, that's it. Come on, you Irons.
Bobby Moore. More than just a podcast. Bobby Moore. More than just a podcast.
I know I shouldn't feel like this anymore, but I'll say right now, if you walk through that door, I let you walk into my room, normal like it used to be, and lie there happily as you walk all over me. You were the water that I needed, but was drowning in, and I hate you some nights, but then feel the thirst come back again. Why is it that I care? The way I felt, it wasn't fair. So with every sip, I prepared for it, the inevitable goodbye that's filled with cries, knowing you'll be sleeping soundly whilst I suffer loudly with images that were never mine. And I wish that we could stop time so I could just let myself breathe. And I know that you weren't feeling it, and I know that I'm an idiot to think that you could get to know me. Accept what this was all about, but I'm young and I've still got time to figure it out. Sometimes I just let it take a hold of me as I'm